This is the interview show, the Uniweb's interview show.
Woo! Yeah! S.W Hoffman!
Whoa! Hey!
The Uniweb interview show!
Love the music. How you doing?
Hey, man. Wow, you look great. Did you get some kind of work done?
Well, I made an effort today. You know, my skin's gone a bit brown and it's gone a bit blotchy and my eyes have gone a bit cross-eyed, but I can fix that pretty quick.
I was going to say you have beautiful eyes. Oh, there you are. Were you robbing a bank recently?
How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing great, SW. Thank you so much for joining the Uniweb show.
Fantastic. So we're going transatlantic, are we?
Transatlantic, yeah. What part of you're in England?
Right. Okay, imagine this. So I'm putting this out there for the whole world. UK, you got that little bit of corner that sticks out the bottom left?
Yeah.
That's west, yeah. I'm from Devon, southwest England. Okay, so the county I'm from is Devon, and it's a sort of fat little bit down the bottom left-hand corner as you look on the atlas. Okay, southwest.
Okay,
Got
gotcha.
it?
Yeah, got it. Have you lived there your whole life?
So
What's that?
Say that again, mate.
Said, have you lived there your whole life?
Yeah, I have. I've only moved about total of about half a mile. Sorry, what am I doing? Let me answer that. I've only moved about half a mile in my entire life, other than when I was studying as a student. So I've grown up in this village. My family are from this village, and I live here now. Yeah, so I've not gone anywhere really.
So you've been in the southwest part of England pretty much your entire life. All right. So you've written a book, and the book, Cheese Monkey Chronicles.
Cheese Monkey Chronicles, yep, you got it. Let me put this up so I can hear what you're saying. Cheese Monkey Chronicles, yeah, hang on. The Cheese Monkey Chronicles, let's get that right in there. Cheese Monkey Chronicles, book.
It's incredible. It's I began reading it. A lot of good stuff in there so far. I do like your sentiments towards writing. Please tell me a little bit about the book, if you will.
Okay, so I'll tell you how I got the inspiration for this book. Okay, so not so much recently, but I used to play a little bit of saxophone. Okay, bit of a convoluted story this. So playing saxophone, bit of jazz. Okay, bit of jazz improvisation. So jazz improvisation, if you know or don't know, is basically do what the hell you want to do. Okay.
Okay.
If it sounds great, then it's great, and if it sounds bad, you just say it's jazz.
It's jazz, baby. That's like this show, man. It's jazz.
I know it. I know, and you might be thinking this book is just jazz. Okay, so that's the first thing. So just getting out and having a go, and then bizarrely, last summer, I was on holiday in June down in Cornwall, which is right down the bottom left-hand corner, far southwest of England, and there was a class being advertised for drawing art classes. Okay, so I thought I'm going to go along to one of those. So I went up and we sat up on a hilltop and we're drawing all sorts of things. Okay, and the guy said to me, I just explained to him that I just thought I'd come up and have a go, and he said, you know, you haven't got to be able to be good at drawing to draw. Okay, but the only way you're ever going to draw anything is by putting the pen on the page or the brush on the page. We were using drawing pens at the time, so you've got to be able to, you know, you haven't got to be good. You just got to get out of there and draw. You haven't got to be accurate, but you got to get a likeness, and you got to get your own feeling into it. Okay, so that's where that thought just sat with me. Forward, wind on about 2 months. I'm on holiday again. This summer we had last year was absolutely beautiful. But not when me and my wife and my son went on holiday. It's raining, it's drizzly, and I'm sat in this holiday cottage, and I'm just sat there thinking, what the hell am I going to do? So I'm going to write a book, I thought, okay, just out of the blue. Never written a book in my life, so I thought I'm going to write a book. So I picked up my phone and I started writing on my phone, okay? And I thought I would make it a little bit more challenging for me, because writing a book on a phone is one thing, but let's make a few little rules in there to make it punchy and make it quick and make it exciting and fun to write. So one thing that I wouldn't do is I wouldn't change any errors unless they were clear typing errors or clear grammatical errors. But if I found an error that was just an error and it didn't really spoil a story, I would stick with it. Okay.
Okay.
So, for example, oh, and another thing, this is the best one yet. So if you can imagine, I'm writing away on my phone and there's only so much you can see of what you've previously written. Okay.
Right.
It scrolls out the screen. And I would pick this phone up and I'd write a little bit here and I'd put it in my pocket and I'd go off somewhere and then I'd pick it up again and write a bit more and so on. Now, half the time I've forgotten what I wrote earlier on. But I got an idea, but I wouldn't scroll back up and check. I would just take it as it goes. I'll obviously see the last few words. If I wrote a character's name wrong,
right,
write the character's name on the phone first, and then I would check afterwards. And if I got it wrong, I'm not changing it. Okay?
Okay.
So, for example, I've got characters in there called Dave Trevarian. And if I then wrote it later on, Dave Tregarian, so I've made an error by one letter, I'm sticking with it. I'm not changing it, right? So, guys are waiting. New character. So the guys are waiting for Dave Trevarian to walk in, and Dave Tregarian walks in. So then I think, right, well, the guys are just going to say, "Who the hell are you? We're expecting Trevarian. And who are you? I'm Tregarian. Trevarian sent me." Yeah, and then it goes on. Imagine this, I pick it up a few hours later and I'm thinking, what the hell was that guy called? And I write Dave Trelarian. And then I check back through on the phone and it's like, oh my God, I've got Dave Trelarian, I've got Tregarian, I've got Trevarian, I've got Trelarian. So they're going, who the hell are you? And I'm Dave Trelarian. Well, we had Tregarian over and Trevarian, and so it goes on. So I end up weaving these characters into the story.
So do you know how many different characters you created in this book?
I need to put a different hat on to answer that. Right. More than somewhere between. There's got to be 30 characters. They grow. They just grow. There's hundreds of them. I don't kill anyone off. If they leave, they just leave, never to be seen again.
Okay. Just disappear. Gotcha.
That's the thing, right? But I don't kill anyone.
Trevarian, where'd you go? It's called
Trevarian, Tregarian. Right. Okay. So let me explain the thing to you. I'll tell you a little bit about the story itself. Okay. So if you can imagine this, okay, I'm from the county of Devon, and on the very bottom toe of, sorry, my son's in the background. He's trying to make me laugh. If I start laughing, it's only because my son's there. Right.
Okay. It's not because of me.
Yeah. Right. So imagine this. I'm in Devon, and the very bottom corner of England is Cornwall, and that's the next county. And there's a little bit of friendly rivalry, shall we say, over the years between these two counties. Okay. Now this story is set in 1830s England. Okay. And it's about the struggle within southwest England between these two counties over who can provide or maintain the best quality cakes, cakeage, pastry, and savoury type foodstuffs in that area. Okay, so what we got is we've got the four Cornish bakers. It's Trevarian, Tregarian, Pengellian. I think there's loads of them, right? They're all called Dave, by the way, because I think there's a lot of you don't get very often. You don't often come across books where people have got the same Christian name. Well, I'm putting that. There's loads of Daves. Okay, so there's loads of them. So my hero is this guy here, that dude there.
Very handsome fella.
He's called Dave Cheese Monkey. Okay, hence the name, the Cheese Monkey Chronicles. Now, his real name is Ross Shays Minky, but his friends think that's a bit sort of pompous and a bit self-righteous, so they just call him Dave Cheese Monkey, and he's fine with that. So that is the guy who sets out to make sure that in Devon only the finest cakes are sold, whereas these Cornish guys are trying to get in and steal a march on all the local coffee shops and pastry delicatessens or whatever in the southwest area. So it's kind of it's bear in mind it's obviously fun, it's fast paced, and that's it really. And okay, so the style of my story is just go, just follow it. That's it. That's it. See where it takes me.
I read something. It said fluid writing, right? So it's like you're basically just following a string of thought.
Yes. So let's just say, give me 2 cities in America. Give me 2 cities in America. I've got to put a hat on to ask you a question now. Give me 2 cities in America.
Chicago and Atlanta.
Okay. So let's just say, right, you're leaving Chicago and you're heading for Atlanta. Okay. How about this then? Okay, that might be in the back of my mind, but instead I might actually think, I'm leaving Chicago. Right. How the hell? I haven't thought this through. I might need to go to Chicago, but I haven't even thought about how the hell I'm going to get to Chicago. So what do? Are you going to take a car? Oh, no, there's a horse over there. We'll take the horse, yeah? You're taking the horse. If you've stolen the horse, if you borrowed the horse, we're getting away on horseback. Now we're being chased by some guys. All sorts of things can happen along the way. I could then get kidnapped by the horse's owner, and then that takes me somewhere else. So in actual fact, I've got a loose idea that I want to get from A to B. I haven't got a clue how I'm going to get there. I just literally write as if it's in front of me, imagine what scenarios might be there, and then make my choices as I go. So it feels, as I'm writing it, very much like I'm actually part of that adventure. Now, the other thing that I won't do is I will not name a chapter, because I've named the chapters. I know some people do, some people don't. I like to name chapters. It's something I've done now ever since I started writing back in August. But I like to name chapters. But I don't know what to call the chapter until I get to the end, because I mightn't even get there. So, for example, I might go off thinking my chapter might be called The Journey to Atlanta. It'd be better if we're going to Atlantis, wouldn't it? But there you go. The Journey to Atlanta. But actually, at the end of the chapter, I've only just got outside Chicago. So actually, I now need to rename that chapter. I've taken a diversion as part of the natural fluid writing that I've got. And then later on, I'm going to have to pick up another chapter and somehow get to Chicago. That's the kind of the way that this book works. Okay, so I've got a loose idea of where I'm going. I don't really know how I'm going to get there, and then off we go, and that's it. Simple as that. Off we go.
So this is something that I like to do as well. It's like a playground for my imagination, having a loose plot idea and then just letting my imagination figure it out, and without giving it any kind of help, because I think we're able to create these loops or these connections that other people are like, there's no way they can tie this up. But if we just keep writing, if we just keep doing the thing, like something comes out and you're like, whoa. And that's the excitement of it, right? Like that's the magic of the writing. Yeah.
So yeah, and what I'll do is I'll pick it up when I'm in the mood to write. I'll write. When I'm not in the mood to write, I just push it to one side. So this book, I suppose it would be classified as a short story. Okay, 27,000 words. Okay.
Novella, yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's big enough to be a novella. I don't know. Right.
Yeah, it's close. It's in the category.
Yeah, just about maybe 27,000 words from when I first typed. So I'm self-publishing. No one who's sane is going to publish me. So I'm self-published on Amazon. So first letter typed on it's Cheese Monkey Chronicles, folks. Cheese Monkey Chronicles. Cheese Monkey Chronicles. First letter that's typed on the Cheese Monkey Chronicles, available on Amazon. To publishing on Amazon, 3 weeks, 2 days. Boom.
Nice.
3 weeks and 2 days. Now, as I say, editing, I'm not too worried about editing. Part of my readers are not too bothered about editing either. So long as it doesn't compromise the story and people know it's a bit rough and ready, it's kind of the charm of it, really, to be frank. I'll give it a spell check, make sure I read it through, of course, make sure it makes sense as much as it can, but I'm not too hung up about editing, because I do know that a lot of people will spend more time editing than they will actually writing. And it's the same with marketing as well. I know some people who write these books and self-publish, and they might spend, say, a year writing a book. That for me is like a lifetime, but a year writing a book, and then they go on the next few years. They're just trying to sell it to everybody. Well, actually, all I'm doing, try and get it out there a little bit, get a bit of awareness, get on with the next book, get on with
Cheese Monkey Chronicles Volume 2, War in Quiche.
Right. So
who are the characters in the book that you photoshopped here?
Right. So, okay, I'll just take this through. So this book here, when I first put it together, what are we doing? we're going a bit off piece there. I'm going to put a hat on here, which is my local football team or soccer team, as you guys would call it. Torquay United. Okay. Got that? Okay. Yeah. Right. So this book here was put together pretty quickly, and I thought, okay, do you know, and a little bit of photoshopping on the old phone to produce that. And then I thought, you know, I'm going to make this even better in this one. So I've actually got illustrations in this, and I just like the idea of making that look a bit kind of oldie worldy. 1835 this is set. So this guy here is a guy called Rich. Actually, he's a workmate of mine, but he's actually, that is Lord Ashburton. He's a villain. Okay. This guy here is kind of me, but he's meant to be kind of Isambard Kingdom Brunel, who was an engineer in the 1830s in England. My wife did actually say, "Is that my real eyebrow?" I understand how she would have thought that's my real eyebrow, because my real eyebrow. So those two guys are in there, and then I thought, okay, how can I better this book, which until now has never been bettered? How can I better it? So illustrations. So for example, let's have a look very quickly. Can I find an illustration? There's hundreds in here. There's not that many. There you go. There's an illustration. Whoa, there's a bird. Don't get seasick. Okay.
What kind of is that?
Say that again. There's
Oh, nice. That's awesome. Did you do these yourself?
Yeah. Yes. What type of boat? It's a pirate ship.
Pirate ship. Okay.
Pirates. Yeah. So you know, I'm trying to think of things I can add. So I'm thinking I haven't got pirates in that one, so I'll make sure I put pirates in that one. And there's not a lot of time travel in that one, so there might be a bit of time travel in that one. Okay. But one thing I do is I research the era.
Okay.
And when I'm traveling from town to town in the story, because this is another madcap adventure, also available on Amazon, folks. They're going to travel into one town. The band of Dave Cheese Monkey and his merry men head off from one town to another on their quest for whatever. And then once they arrive at a town, I think, you know, I need to find out a little bit about that town. So I'll do a bit of research, and I'll see if I can weave the town, particularly in the era, particularly at that date. And on a couple of occasions, I've got very lucky that something happened to happen when my guys strode into town by sheer fluke. So I'll research that a little bit, and also I'll look at the different people of the era. So I've got Isambard Kingdom Brunel in there, and I've got a fella called Benjamin Babbage, who's the son of a guy that invented computers, a fella called Charles Babbage. So I've got all these guys woven into the story to try and just to give it a bit of authenticity and make my madcap stupidity sort of just all fit together with what happened at that time. Okay, so all of that goes on as well. So yeah, this book a little bit bigger, so I wanted to make it better. 37,000 words on that one, and then I run out of steam. But no, it's good. And the other thing that's really important is, here we go. Do you watch box sets on the television?
Box sets, like buying box sets.
Well, yeah, you know, they call it box sets. So you might have, I don't know, The Mentalist or something, or build it. What's it called? I don't know, any of the shows that you might see on the television, any of the series. Yeah, when you watch a series on the television, so I don't know, Game of Thrones. Yeah, anything like that. Right. At the moment, whenever you switch on those programs on the television, it's not, you don't get a start, middle, and end to a story. It's just a piece of the bigger story. You can't watch one episode. So my idea was that has a start, middle, and an end. That has a start, middle, and an end. Now, you could read that one without reading that one, and it would make sense. It might take you a moment to pick up what's going on, but there's a prologue in there. So my idea has always been that if you're going to read a book, you want to be able to pick it up, and it can stand on its own. Okay. So the other things I've thought about. So although it's stupid, it's all stupidity, but it's fun.
Yeah.
The other things I've thought about is chapters. Do you know, this is going to be a book you're going to pick up and put down again. So I don't want the chapters to be too long. This is going to be read it for 15 minutes before you go to bed. That's your chapter. Spend a bit longer if you want to analyze it a bit more. Pick it up the following night, read it again, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up. And also, because the books aren't too long, you don't have to invest your lifetime in reading them, you know, because if the guy gives you a book and it's like that and you think, oh my God, and it's hundreds and hundreds of pages. Okay, I've spent £1, or in your world, $1 or whatever it might be, dollar and a bit, you know, on a book. But now you've got to spend your entire life reading the thing. And what I don't want to do is end up with somebody who's read this and it's got painful and they've put it down. So the idea is, by the time you've read through this, I've got enough jokes and that going through this that you hopefully fast paced to keep you interested. And then by the time you've got bored, you're just going to put it down.
That's right. You got to keep it interesting as often as possible.
Yes.
And as soon as you feel like the interest is stopping, you got to cut it out, right?
Absolutely. So
yeah.
I've got a habit of making sure that, you know, that if the story's just not there, I'm going to throw something random in that they're going to have to deal with. Now, all of this is to do with cakes, okay? So these guys, they don't fight with guns. They'll use a few fisticuffs and a bit of punching and pushing and shoving and the odd punch and that, but they'll throw cakes at each other and things like that, okay? Cream slice, cream eclair, custard pie, all that sort of stuff. Different bread stuffs, you know, they can be quite dangerous, you know, different bread stuffs, cheese straws, you know.
Well, that brings me to the vegetable question.
Yeah.
The vegetable question.
Yeah, okay. I'm in the hat for this vegetable question because this is the big question. Okay. Right.
So
hang on, one sec. Okay, go away.
Broccoli how, cauliflower long, carrot did, asparagus it, cucumber take, pepper you. Kumquat right. Mushroom second book. Come on. Vegetable question.
Sweet potato, good. Potato question. Celery, it. Celeriac, took. Beetroot, me. Garlic, about.
Come on.
Kale.
Oh, yeah.
10. Turnip, weeks.
Wow. Onion wow.
Radish, thank you.
That was great.
It took me about 10 weeks, mate. It took me about 10 weeks. I need another hat. 10 weeks. So, yeah. So I've gone from... I wore this one yet? Don't know. So I've gone from about 3 weeks and 2 days. Yeah. It took me 3 weeks and 2 days to do the first book, and it's taken me 10 weeks to do the second book. So I've spent a little bit more care and attention, a little bit more time making sure there aren't so many typing errors, a little bit of thought with the story, and that nearly took me off the rails because I started to think too much, and I had to just say, no, step away from the thinking. Can't do it. If you think too much, Matt, you know this. If you think too much without hats on, your brain just freezes.
That's why I usually wear tinfoil hats if
Yeah,
I'm going to go
yeah.
do a real session of thinking.
I
But
love tinfoil hats.
I figured since we were talking, I wouldn't need to be doing too much thinking, so I didn't bring it.
Okay.
That's-
It's taking me that long.
is that fair?
So anyway, so I'm writing more books now.
Yeah, I was going to ask, are you working on the third in the series?
No, I've diverted. I've gone on a diversion. I've gone on one hell of a diversion.
Okay. Tell me about it.
Right.
You got a new hat.
Well, I've wore this one earlier. Okay, I'll put that one on backwards. That'll look cool. Right. 1970s cop meets superhero book. The Bad Cops. Okay. Now I've set this in England. With a kind of American style on it. So these guys have to weld the doors shut and climb out of the windows of their car. A bit like 1970, you know, the sort of thing. Dukes of Hazzard, Starsky and Hutch, all that sort of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, my two characters are called Paul Drivovsky and Randy Fuffner. Okay. They're two bad cops from the wrong side of town that are kind of trying to bring about the right kind of justice. Okay. That's where we're at the moment. Now, there are superheroes as well. Okay.
The what? The superhero what?
There are superheroes in this book as well.
Okay.
So are you a fan of superheroes, Matt?
I'm a huge fan of superheroes. Yes.
Okay.
Batman, Superman, Spider-Man.
Batman. So Marvel or DC? Where's your favorite?
Marvel. I would say Marvel.
Okay, all right. I'm not a DC man, but okay, I can live with Marvel. Okay, I've been a Marvel man then. Okay, I'm going to ask you a question. If you get bitten by a radioactive spider, okay, big question.
Okay.
What do you turn into?
Some sort of chili baked gorilla of massive. I think I see myself as a big gorilla.
No, not what you're going to turn into. I could use that in the book actually. But in Marvel, if you get bitten, if a man gets bitten,
he turns into a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Okay. I know you're good. You're better at asking questions than answering them, Matt. So I'm going to cut you a bit. Anyway, so if you get bitten, this is the big question. I need to put my glasses on for this.
Yes, please.
If you get bitten, okay, by a man who trusts no man, then what do you? A radioactive man who trusts no man. Then what do you become?
A super untrustworthy man.
You become man who trusts no man.
Man who trusts no man.
Right. And if that guy then becomes radioactive and bites another man, then what does that other man become?
Man who trusts no man.
Exactly.
Man.
And that is genius of this book that I'm writing now.
Oh my God.
So what's your reckon of that? And then we come back to the Cheese Monkey Chronicles. Hang on, there's a different hat. We come back to the Cheese Monkey Chronicles. This almost looks Swedish, I think. I always remind myself of ABBA when I'm wearing this hat. Do you see what I mean?
Yes, I do. You do look like a Swede.
So that is going to be the third book is possibly Man Who Trusts No Man, but I don't know yet. I don't know if that's a good title for a book. I think that J.K. Rowling might have used it. I'm not sure.
I think if she did, she used it under her pen name. I wouldn't worry about it. Speaking of pen names, no, you're from Southwest England.
Yeah.
A lot of your book centers in Southwest England.
Yeah.
Your initials are S.W Hoffman, or S.W. and last name Hoffman. Is this a pen name?
It is a pen name, right? You
What
don't
is
even
your
know the real name. You know. Okay, my first name is Steve. Steve. You knew that, didn't you, Matt?
I had no clue.
But you don't know my second name, do you?
Is it Wild Man?
Wild Man. Okay.
Is it really Wild Man?
Yeah. I am
Are you
Steve
just a wild man?
right? So why Hoffman? Well, me and my son play computer games a lot. On FIFA, there's a guy called S.W Hoffman who was in a team, and Stefan's a bit like Steven. My son starts calling me Hoffman. Some guys at work start calling me Hoffman. I forget why they call me Hoffman. Something about David Hasselhoff or something. So I thought, oh no, S.W Hoffman. That'll do. So that's why it's there. So S.W Hoffman. And it means that I won't get bothered by so many people when I become very famous.
It's a good point. Yeah.
What's your name?
What's my pen name?
What's your real name? This is obviously your pen name now. What's your real name?
Dr. Farty Pants McJugglebutt.
Has you got a brother in it from England?
No, I'm a PhD.
Cool. Okay. Next question, Matt. Fire it on.
Okay, so you obviously have a lot going on inside of that head of yours.
Yes.
I would like to know, I think I'm out of hats. I would like to know what you do, because you said writing isn't what you normally do. What is it that you do?
Right. I work on a nuclear power station, but the power station I'm working on has been decommissioned. So yeah, thank God. I'm pricing up. I'm an estimator, quantity surveyor, and estimator. I price up or estimate decommissioning this power station. So knocking down this and taking out radiation over there and all that sort of stuff. So I'm a chartered quantity surveyor, mate. I've got degrees and all sorts. And you don't get degrees. You need degrees to get hats.
You have a very active mind. Very active mind, I can tell just from talking to you.
The boss doesn't say that I got an active mind.
What does he say?
No, I don't see my boss. He just stays out of my way. I don't know why.
So you do that for a living. What is it that what kind of legacy are you looking to leave with your writing?
Legacy. Wow.
Because you're immortal now, man. When you write stuff down, pretty much makes you immortal.
Legacy, right. My son's saying something. I don't know. What would my legacy be?
What's your son say?
What do you say? He says he'll continue my legacy.
Yeah, but
he's not good enough.
You're not good enough, man.
Right. Well, my legacy is there's no legacy. The idea is that if I can put this book out there and I can make a few people smile, it might sound cheesy, but it's the Cheese Monkey Chronicles. But I thought if I can get a book out there and a few people have a bit of a laugh, and because let's be fair, everyone's stressed out nowadays, and if you can read this and you can just make you smile and have a bit of a laugh and put it down again, that's all it's there for, you know. So I'm not expecting this. So for example, I sell that on Amazon, I make 1 pence per book because I just put it on as low as I can for production costs, and I want to make a penny for myself, and that's it. So I'm not going to make any money out of this and get rich, but if I can get it out there to a few people, they can read this and have a bit of a laugh. And as I said earlier on, I'm not trying to say that any idiot can write a book like this, but I'm trying to encourage people to have a go, because you don't know what you can write until you've written something. And as a workmate, my mate there says to me at work, he says, well, loads of people say they're going to do something and they just don't do it. So let's just do it. Let's get the words on the page and get the pages published and get it out there. So I just challenge people to have a go. And I would have thought, so looking on Twitter, there's a lot of people that are going through publishing, getting properly edited, properly published, and maybe, falling on the wayside because of that. And I would say, try that if you want, but if it fails, maybe they just aren't on the same wavelength as you, and just try and do a self-publish and get it out there and see what people think. And if you've enjoyed writing it, who cares?
That's it, man. You got to come to the conclusion for yourself that you enjoy doing it. And that's the whole, I know you've watched every single interview and video that I've done so far, so I know you understand what I'm doing this for. And the whole purpose of this channel is that I believe every single one of you beautiful people out there have an amazing story to tell the world and to share with other people the things that light your brain up and make you excited. If you can get that story out there and allow other people to hear it, that's what it's all about, man. Because what you have to say may light somebody else up. And it's important that we do that for one another. Am I right, man? Am I right? Oh, man?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, I've got one more thing I want to do, Matt.
Okay.
Right. Have you ever heard of Gus Honeybun?
Garth Honeybun?
No, Gus Honeybun.
I have not.
You've never heard of him. Most people in England have never heard of Gus Honeybun. Okay? Gus Honeybun is a puppet.
Yes.
Right? Like a cuddly toy. Like this cuddly toy, but he's a rabbit. Okay? This is Gus Honeybun. I don't even know who this guy is. He just walked in a minute ago. Okay? But
Okay.
I don't even know who he is. But he's going to stand in as Gus Honeybun. Now, Gus Honeybun, when I was a kid, they used to have a presenter there reading out birthday cards. So I just want to, because I'll never get an opportunity like this. No one goes on this show. You know, people just don't get on this show, Matt. You know, this
It's
show
not just
is.
anybody.
I know.
You just let some idiot on here?
Sorry? Say again?
Yeah, just idiot on here? I mean, come on.
You don't have idiots on here, Matt.
I know.
It's just, you know. So I just thought I want to take this.
Business.
I want to take this one opportunity to read a birthday card as if Gus Honeybun was here now to pay respect to Gus Honeybun. It just isn't on our television screens anymore. Are you okay if I read one birthday out?
Please. For the love of God.
Right.
Read it!
So this is from Hannah from Bridgewater, wishing her a 5th birthday today. And this is love from Mummy and Daddy, Auntie Tim, Rich in the office, and Nasty Alex too. And Gus Honeybun here is going to give 3 bunny hops. Thank you. There you go. So I needed to do that. Okay. See you later, Gus.
See you, Gus.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. So I just needed to do that, Matt. You know, I just had to take the opportunity. I know it's just, you know, taking a bit of a liberty, but
when the
sometimes
universe watches this, man, I mean, there's, you know, they need to see this kind of stuff. It's human. It's the human interaction that makes it important.
Don't, but yeah.
Hey, it's okay to cry.
Okay. Okay. So there you go, Matt. Any more questions?
I don't. I'm completely confused by this whole process. My head is on fire.
Okay.
My head is so hot right now.
Got any more vegetable questions?
I don't care much for vegetables.
Good. Okay. So,
S.W Hoffman, I'm so glad you did join me. I want to say I'm glad you joined me. I'm reading the Cheese Monkey Chronicles right now. I think it's wonderful what you're doing, because writing is for everybody. You're making stories. That's beautiful. What would you tell the writing community on Twitter that we're a part of? #Twitter.
Yeah.
What would you tell the writing community? What do you want them to know? They're all watching this stuff. It's because of them that I have this show.
Okay, what do I want them to know? I just want them to go out there and dip their toe in the river of writing. I just made that up. Do you like that?
I like that.
Yeah.
Which does it matter which toe?
The second one in from the little one.
So it's like your ring toe.
Is that something else?
That's
You're going to probably need to keep your ring toe clean, I would guess. So, yes. I think it is your ring toe. That's well. Okay, that's cool.
You heard it here first, writing community. Dip that ring toe into the writing river of writing.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Sorry. Yes. Potato, yes.
Yes. Hey, do you want to sing a song with me before we go?
Yes.
Okay. Neither one of us know the words to this song. Is that correct?
I've never. Yeah. This is great though.
Nobody knows the words to this song. Okay. Uniweb show, it's how we just do it. We get on the air and we talk right into it.
I know you listen to this, you're feeling quite spunky. Now it's time to listen to Cheese Monkey.
Hey! Cheese Monkey Chronicles, everybody knows we gotta watch the show, we gotta play with our toes, we gotta put it in the river, everybody, every day, y'all, every day, y'all, every day. Thanks for joining me, S.W Hoffman. It's great to have you on the show. It really means a lot that you would come on and talk about your big toe. I really appreciate the Cheese Monkey Chronicles. I'm starting to read it every day. I like the fact that the chapters aren't too long. I can put it down during the day. Yeah. What you got? You go.
When you have finished reading book 1, it's time to read book 2. Then you gotta go and do something else, like put your foot in the stew.
Put it in the stew. All right. S.W Hoffman, thank you so much for joining me. That was the weirdest thing I've ever done at this time of the day. We'll see you later. Bye.
Goodbye.
Yo, let me ask you a question. You like this video? Huh? You like it? Was it good? Was it good? If you did like it, please subscribe. Thanks.